Hello, hello. How's it going, YouTube? It's Friday. I like Friday. How's about you? I mean, excuse me, allergies. It always sounds like I'm like this heavy smoker or, yeah, just did like a huge bong hit or something, if you know what that is, before I came on. But that's not true. I just, there's always allergies here in the country, but springtime is the worst. And that's what's happening right now. Springtime. Yep. So I'm Lucinda. It's Friday. It's my chill day, my fun day. And, I like to just kind of keep it that way. I have a lot of items for sale, but I also do a little bit of, chatting and, discussing when I think something was made based on my 30, 40 years of selling costume jewelry, trying to help you understand what to look for. However, I know a lot, but I don't know everything, and I never will. So I really like it when you all chime in and help me. If there's something you know and you can tell me, please do, because just started my timer. Because honestly, I'm always learning. There's about everything in life, everything, not just costume jewelry. And, so for instance, costume jewelry, there's still makers and pieces that come up. And I'm like, wow, never heard of them, which is just kind of outstanding after all this time. It's like, what? But it happens a couple times a month. And I'm getting into more semi-precious and silver and gold. And that's a huge learning curve, So when it comes to items like that, I generally buy from trusted sources who have already tested and already have told me what the item is, and I see a little bit of room in there to flip it. Or now, just in the last couple of months, if I come across an item and I think it's silver or I think it's gold or, it seems relevant, then I have a tester kit and I test now. But I'm only slowly moving into that arena. But I have it. Today I well, I did buy them at some point. But today I brought a bunch of rings. Yeah. And all of them are sterling silver or vermeil, which is sterling silver. With the one is sterling silver, but it's modern from China. So how much sterling is on it? It's probably just on the top, because it's from China, and that tends to be a modern thing they do. And then I have loads of 1950s. I often pick up antique pieces. I love check glass. I do have an incredible sterling silver lapis inlaid square oval bracelet with a hinge that I want to try to sell today, but I can't make the little push button open, and I think that's just me. Honest to God, because when I bought it, I saw the person, they opened it, but I'm over here with my arthritis in my back and upper body pain, and I'm pushing and I'm pulling, and I'm like, I can't open this. So you're just going to have to trust me that it opens. And then, so Friday, again, is that slower day. But I also, have been doing Tuesdays, clearing out my household vintage. Next week is my last clearance, and then everything's gone. It'll be offered to resellers, and then it's gone. So please tune in next Tuesday for Tuesday's tabletop, because that's it. And I have a lot, and it's out of here if no one buys it. And I then will be replacing Tuesdays with low end, buy it now, fast and furious, like earrings, costume rings, newer but costume jewelry, necklaces, whatever. I mean, it'll be and some nicer pieces, but Tuesdays will be a boom, 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 right? And then I'm on Thursdays, Fridays. So I was on yesterday, and I have to say that in 2 hours, I sold 2 items. I probably made a profit of $3 an hour. So I know it's tax time. I'm saying this for a reason. I know it's tax time, April 14th. And so a lot of things are uncertain. There's a lot happening. So if this sale really, if I spend an hour or more and nothing sells, I'll probably call it early, because, I want to chat with you. This community makes me the serotonin, the enjoyment. I'm pretty much housebound for right now until they burn my nerves or whatever. And even then, I think that has to happen every, 6 months to a year. It doesn't entirely cure. It's just better. You're my community. I don't go out very often. So I want to be with you. I want to show you items. I want to talk about it. I want to hang out. And I don't need to sell every single item. I don't ever have that expectation. But I can't. And last week I wasn't around at all. So, I can't sell nothing. So I'm just letting you know, not upset in any way. But if it's been about an hour with nothing moved, then I'll probably call it. So I'm Lucinda. Nice to meet you, lurkers, or whoever is here. Maybe you're my friend. I don't know. Everyone is my friend. I've always been like that. Unless I get a weird vibe, and then it's like, I ship and live in Northern California. I do 2-week build boxes to save you on shipping, save me on time. So if you bought in week 1, I'd be invoicing in week 3, and you'd be shipping out by the time everyone pays, because I have to take things to my post office around a month, 3.5 weeks. If you ever buy something and you want it right away, you just send me an email right there, mscwalker@att.net, and tell me you just want that item. I can't ship anything over the weekend. Ooh, just got a furious headache. Sorry. But I can invoice you and then get it out Monday. Okay. So you don't have to be in that lag. And starting in April, I'm going to be billing out at the end of every week. So it'll take about 2 weeks for items. Okay. If you buy from me and, you haven't registered and I don't know you, you don't have to register prior to buying, but right after you purchase, send me an email with your YouTube name, your real name, shipping address with zip code, all in one line if you can, because I like to just copy and paste straight into my Excel spreadsheet. It's easier that way. Otherwise, the formatting too gets really weird. I don't know how to fix it. I used to know. I'm a bookkeeper, but I don't know what, I'm a MSW. Man, my skills just go whoop. And then your PayPal email address. Yep, that's it. And I would need it, after you purchase by 9:00 tonight at the latest, or it goes back up. So excuse me while I tell you that my back is okay at the moment, but I've been having fibro in my upper body all day, which I don't have that often anymore because the back pain seems to trump the upper body pain. So if my words come out weird or I'm missing something, that's why. That's why. I'm going to go ahead and take a Tylenol. Hold on. So where is my neck muscles? They get really tight and they go up and wrap around. So if that gets really bad, I'll have to end the show as well. Hi, Heidi. Gentle hugs to you, my friend. Yeah, head massage, 100%. Oh my God. Get out, Heidi. So this is not on topic of the sale, but on topic of fibromyalgia. And the same thing is true with the severe arthritis in my back. You would think that massaging really stiff muscles would make things better and release stuff. Well, it releases toxins, but it actually creates more pain because all the toxins are released. And the same thing, like when your back is like this, you get these severe muscle cramps down your legs. And it feels like you have a rock solid muscle, like you work out. But it's a cramp, and massaging does nothing. It makes it worse. It's weird. Okay, people. Well, friends, people, I'm a people's. I don't think I forgot anything. Yeah, sometimes it just triggers it, right, Heidi? Everyone always says, let me massage you. And I'm like, don't touch. Don't touch me. I love you, but don't touch me. And physical therapy. That's the other thing. And then we're moving on. Physical therapy. Do all this and you'll feel so much better. And I'm like, no, I've been doing this for 2 months and I feel 100 times worse. Yes, Heidi, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to start out, and I don't see Ducky here, and that's fine. She may or may not come. She's so lovely that she just popped in and a couple months ago and started helping me, but she has a life, and she knows Fridays are usually calmer, and, she's not always here. So I will do this. Starting bid on the set of blue. They did not originally go together, but I'm marrying them. I'm marrying them together because they're splendid. And remember that Fridays are generally my most expensive day with costume jewelry. However, sometimes I just throw the whole thing out the window, even with the description, and just move into, want to buy these earrings? Buy it now, $1, $3, even though I was saying I'm going to do that on Tuesday, because it just seems to be what people want. So if you want that, tell me. Say, I want to buy a bunch of pairs of costume jewelry earrings. What do you got? Show it, and I will pivot, okay? That's the other thing. You ever have any requests, and you're like, I'm really looking for, silver tone old herringbone necklaces, or I'm looking for, I don't know, jewelry caskets. I'm looking for, 1960s, 70s costume jewelry rings. Rhinestones, AB crystal necklaces. Tell me, and I will try to accommodate. Okay, I always have a huge bunch of stuff over here. It used to be over here. It needs to go back over here, but I'm rearranging. But I also have stuff in my inventory. So if it's easily accessible, I will access it. Heidi, the changes in my home are going. So, see back there? The problem is that the light that's above me is shining down onto the picture and covering up the Buddha. And I'm in front of everything. I thought that, yeah, so it's going. Things are piled everywhere, but it's going. And that's going to just be my inventory shelf over on the side, but my shipping station is set up. So what's going to happen with that shelf? It's going to get moved over right here where you can see it. And the doorway then into the here will be right there in between the shelves. The closet, I just need a pole and a shelf, will be over here. And then I'm getting these really cool boho curtains that are going to go across right in the back. So this is an enclosed room. So another couple weeks with my back, I need someone to carry like almost everything. Thank you, Heidi. Okay, so the first set I'm showing that I have married, these are so cool. I believe that, hold on, I'm moving something. I want this closer to me. See, everything's on the wrong sides of me because I have, I need time this weekend to put things together, but we're having a big event on Saturday in the United States, so I don't think I'll get to it. This is this beautiful blue with blue enamel and very clear baby blue rhinestone clip-on earring. It is gorgeous. I do not believe this is Bakelite. I've actually never tested if they're silver, but I can't imagine that they are. The rhinestones, are they blue? No, they're white. They're clear white. They're just picking up on the blue enameling. So they're such high quality. It's very high quality rhinestones. And these buttons, earrings, are so well made. This is high end. At the very least, early 1950s, if not earlier than that. They are clip-on. And see how they wrapped it? See that? See the wrap and then how the wrap ended? There's the front. Let's see. And the same down here. So normally that would mean that it was, sterling silver, this wrap. But they can't be. But it does make me think earlier based on that. Earlier than the 50s, pre-war. But, I can't say that with a shirtie. Look how pretty that is. Matches my shirt. And something I always tell people, and I mean it, and I'm going to start doing this because I have so many. You can wear these as a clip-on your shirt collars or just on your t-shirt. You could wear one, or you could wear one on both sides. You could use them as hair clips. The clip is really tight and really great. They are a little over an inch in diameter. And then what I married them with is a piece that I've had since I sold on eBay. I've only brought it in, it has earrings. So you're getting a double, triple deal. Or maybe we'll take the other ones out. I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is, I think that this is old celluloid. It does not have a maker's name on the side of your glasses. That would be cool, Heidi. It does not have a maker's name. It is definitely older plastic. They are half moons. And so when it's something like this and they clip on, how these always confuse me. Let's see. Hold on. something. Hold on. Figuring this out. Let's put one on. So the way they clip on, the moons kind of hang down. They don't hang straight up and down. And I was checking that and seeing if the back moved at all. It does. Okay, so no. See, they're old enough. Now I got a piece of my hair stuck in there, my DNA. No. There you go. Okay. And then it's possible it's Bakelite. I don't know why I've never tested it, or if I did, I don't remember. This is either very early 50s and again, or late 30s. It does not have a maker's mark anymore. It's been sitting in a bag. Gorgeous half moon. It's probably going to be about 15 to 16 inch necklace. It does have that very crude early 1950s shepherd hook. So these could be 50s. But the earrings, the first ones I showed are 30s. And then, see, but this chain, the links there, that screams 30s. And then see the lovely little dangle. So that extender is about 2.5, and I sure wish I had the maker on this, but I don't. So without the extender, goes right there, 15. And with the extender, you could drop it down to about 17. Yeah, Heidi, very good. This is not, you are paying attention. This is not thermoset. It's more like maybe a Catalan, which is similar to a Bakelite, but more flammable. I should have tested it. I do have 409, and if someone really wants me to get up and test it, I will. There's the inside. And so let me show you, Heidi, what I'm going to show next. So you're really getting 2 pairs of earrings and that necklace. And that's a really collectible necklace, which is why I've had it so long. So thermoset, Heidi, which I will show this one next. But just a brief. See the difference? Yep, shiny. And it kind of changes its color because of the set, the set and the shine in there. It'll be a darker red or a lighter red. So, whoa, my hand is shaky. That's bizarre. It's my thumb. There you go. And now my camera is cooperating. See the difference? Matte, not matte. Yes, you were paying attention, Heidi. And I've shown this really beautiful old half moon set so many times. And now I've thrown in these, which, my God, even this, if you were handy and you did arts and crafts, imagine it as a ring. Make it into 2 brooches. It's so good. You are learning, Heidi. I'm proud of you. So that's what I have to say about these pieces. And they started at 35. 2 pairs of earrings and that set. And I don't do recaps, friends. I don't do recaps. But I'm here now. And I put these together for this sale. But that doesn't mean I'm leaving them together. So if they're not claimed in a rewatch by Sunday, they'll be separated again. You are learning, Heidi. You are learning. And I need to put these in a bag, and then I'm going to bring up. See, everything is everywhere. It's and I have to order stuff from Amazon. It's really annoying. I am. Oh, these are in 2 different bags. Well, that might be part of the problem. Okay, I have to order more organza bags. It's on the list. They don't want it. We have Amazon here, which I do not like to patronize, but for a few things, I'll order a bunch at once for the environment. That's me. That's just my stuff. We don't have a warehouse up here. So if I say I want it delivered to my P.O. box, they're not playing. They won't do it. So I have to just say deliver to my address, which they won't deliver here, but then they'll take it to the post office. So I don't, whatever that means. I mean, not right. My post office is my address. You won't deliver here, but you'll drop it at the post office if I put a local address. Yeah. Okay, this is a red thermoset. How are you today, Heidi? Or this evening? My goodness, I always forget that you are somewhere else entirely. How are you? Are you not able to sleep? Oh, and I've been waiting for an email from you about your experience with ablation on your nerves. Yeah, I really, I just want that feedback. I want the reassurance. So same thing here. It has that shepherd's hook indicative of early 50s, but then it has the links that could be early 30s. Now, what would be really helpful to me, and I used to know, but I have forgot. I could look it up on my phone real quick. Here's the little, and this one lost its dangle. When Thermoset came out, and I think Thermoset might have come out in the 50s. Freezing cold is no good. Do you have a heated blanket? So this is a stunning. So these have to be like a tulip flower or a lily. See the ball in the middle for the stamen? Absolutely luscious. They're like burgundy. They're like, I hate saying that. And see the carving? They are a burgundy in color, but with the Thermoset, it changes. And see the setting, how it's like holding the flower. And then the top. Isn't that? I just think this is brilliant. And this is a piece that I would expect to be signed as a 50s piece, like a coro or a listener. But it's not. Here's the back. And, it's interesting the type of plastic it is, the way they've left the back open, like it's a semi-precious stone. So that helps to reflect the shininess of the Thermoset. That's why I believe they do it. And again, without the extender, 14 to about 15 inches. With the extender, that's about 2 inches. It would go down to 16, 18. And it's gorgeous. And these are flowers. No damage whatsoever. That's another thing. Hi, Becky. That's another thing about the quality, right? The fact that this is that old. What is that? Up to 75 years or more. And it's in perfect condition. And I just, yeah, flowers one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 flowers. And then it has that gold piece over there to have this chain on. Thank you, Becky. Okay, we can pass on that as well. And like I said, if sales are gonna be like they were yesterday, I'll just take care of my body. How's it going, Becky? Let's see. So I'm going to, I always have so much to choose from. I'm gonna just move to something entirely different. And that's the other thing. I'd like to know, there's not very many people here, but I'm going to start taking a poll. Yes, Heidi, in general, necklaces were always that tiny, even back in the Victorian, except for the flapper period, and then the 70s, and then now they're all over the map. It was to, because women were smaller, so, supposedly, and in general, we were smaller humans. And women were expected to be very tiny. Think of corsets and stuff, right? So your clavicle bones would be showing, and it would just fall right there, and then the rest was your beautiful dress. Jewelry was an accessory, but you didn't want to overdo it. You wanted just that little bit of flesh. You weren't showing a lot. And then you wanted your dress. Good Lord, Becky. Okay. So I want to just ask all of you. I jump around from prices. I jump around from style of items. And I do know that other resellers will do a thing sometimes, not all, but some of them do a thing like, okay, these are my $10 items. Now we're moving to the $20 items with jewelry. Would you prefer that? I like to jump around, but let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. 3 sales. Becky, you are a powerhouse. So, Heidi, you've been around for a while. I am. Oh, thank goodness. What? Wait a minute. What does this say? I knew the first part, but I'm curious. Okay. So in here, where is in here on this? Says solid copper. Okay. You can see still that the design has been hammered, and or I'm going to let you guys decide. You're going to tell me. Machine stamped. I'm going to show you the bracelet now. Or the cuff. Here's the design. It's thin. It's copper. Now, Becky probably knows. Okay, thank you for your vote, Heidi. It's got all the kind of telltale Native American crossed arrows, arrow with, I'm not sure. I hate the way my webcam, I have to stop it from automatically adjusting and just leave it bright. Here's another design, and then this, which is soft cut, the front. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a takeoff on the 4 directions. I don't know my symbology like that. So based on everything that I have shown you, what decade do you think this comes from? Because there has been copper cuffs around forever, good for arthritis and just in general. But there's some key features on this that makes it what? Older or newer? Anyone want to guess? Yes, Becky. Newer, 70s, possibly even 80s. And the reason I say that is because, it's solid copper, right? So it's like now they're tagging into the movement that kind of started sometime in the late 70s about copper and arthritis, right? Yes, exactly, Heidi. And it's machine stamped. It is not carved. It's very thin. Doesn't mean any of this is bad or that you shouldn't want it. Not at all. But it's, it's not hand done. It's just taking symbols, throwing them on there, and it's solid copper. I suspect that this was sold at one of the many trading posts as you go along the route from California through Arizona, New Mexico, etc., where you stop in the rest stop with the Native American trading post stores. It has nothing to do with an actual Native or indigenous to America person making it. But it's still really cool. It's still lovely. It's in basically new old stock, NOS stock condition. It fits me exactly at this opening. So it is a 7.25 at this opening. You could bend this down. You could bend it open more. I would not. But you could close it a little more and take it down to a 7. But with something this thin and this malleable, once you bend it to your size, if you make it smaller, do it gently, warm it up, and then do it, and then don't do it again. $13 is a great price for this piece of copper. Well, Heidi, I wish I could. Oh, you wear copper gloves. That's fascinating. So this is available if anyone is interested later. And thank you for playing along and answering some questions. I mean, I'm quite sure this probably costs $25, probably $25 in the late 70s, early 80s. They didn't stamp. So earlier copper cuffs, of which I have a set, which I might as well bring up now. It's a set, and there's reason it's a set. There's pieces missing. They didn't stamp genuine copper or solid copper, or, they said nothing. Or, if they were really, really older, they would have said who the maker was. So let me just be sure that none of these, I'm pretty sure none of these say that. And they're a set for a reason. No, this one does. So maybe that doesn't go in the set. Does this one also? Yep. This one does also. Well, okay. So there's just one. But this is going to be like a buy it now because it has a few issues. But it's still a copper bangle. And you just mix and match it in there, people. I mean, mix and match it in there, people. Buy it now. I'm really, I've had this forever, but it is missing pieces. So what are you going to do? mix and match it and wear it anyway. This is a buy it now because it's missing pieces. Now, see this, you can immediately tell that this is older. It has the oxidation process. Sometimes it's, could be called Japan, but I don't know if that really is what it is when it's copper. I think that it's oxidation. So this is more what they were doing in the 50s, like the Renoir and Matisse. They would put the piece on and then they would do the blackening to highlight the piece. So here's the thing. This is so old and they were soldered on. This piece has come off. This piece has come off. That piece is there. That piece is there. This piece is gone. This piece is gone. And then that piece. So now I could be totally wrong. I don't think so, because do you see the X kind of impression on there? It's done perfectly where there's 2 and 2. So it might have been it was missing like 1 and 1 or whatever, and someone just took them off to make it match up. But originally it had that all the way around it. See the X, you can see it. But this is a 1950s piece. It is soldered together right there. And it doesn't say anything anywhere about copper because it's an older piece. And I wish it still had all of these, but it doesn't. It's never going to. And it's a lovely bangle. It's a little, I could get it on, but it would be tight. So I'm not going to do all that. Therefore, I'll measure it, but I'm going to call this a size 7. And, not with large knuckles. Yeah, it is 2 and just a little over 1/4, and a size 7 1/4 is generally 2.5 inches wide. So it's 2 1/4. So that means, see, I could slip it on and then it would go on, but it would be tight. So call it a 7. So you could also wear it as a 6.5, and it's only $8. And I think that's lovely. And even just the black oxidation, because it matches on each side, people would think it was just made to look that way. So $8, y'all. Can't really beat that. Maybe you could. Maybe someone would offer it for $4. Again, please let me know if there's anything that you're interested in, because and talk to me, Seymour. These are a buy it now. These are a set. I'm just going through my copper. I've had all this copper forever. I had a whole box that was just copper stuff that I've been slowly getting rid of over the last 2 years. 2 cups. I think this is a pretty good deal. I hope you will agree. So this, as we just talked about a moment ago, has the, let me find it, and then let's wait for my computer light to catch up with everything. It's not me that's very bright in here. Oh, good Lord. Right over there, you can kind of see the writing. It says genuine copper, in there, genuine copper. And it's just a really nice slender copper bangle. This, I don't have a clue what that is. I don't think there was anything ever there, although that would be why that was there. So it's possible. It doesn't have one on the other side. It's possible that here, it's not even centered. It would have been over on the side, and there's no other spots, that it had a little faux piece of turquoise. But I don't think so. I just think it's a spot that needs to be polished out. And it's really nice. It's thicker, so it's a little bit earlier than that really, really thin piece I showed you. And it goes on me without me playing with it easily. And there's room to spare. And if you opened it up, I think that this can fit a 7.25 to a 7.5. No problem. And what does that mean for men? I'm not sure. You'd have to look up on a conversion chart. And this, again, says pure copper. Pure copper. And it is on that, riding that hard. But it's definitely earlier. Look at the swoosh. It has some art about it. I really like that. And again, it's thick. And it is thicker. And this piece was riveted on instead of soldered on. So it's not going anywhere. That's why it's still there. It is very loose on me. I would have to really squish it down. And these are, the one was maybe a 1/4 inch wide. This is a little over 1/2 inch wide. And I could make it fit my 7.25. But again, I think this is more like a 7.5. So both of these should be a 7.5. And both of these together, buy it now, $17. I think that's pretty good. Considering 70s. God, I'm so old. 50, 55, 52, years old. Half a century. Half a century. My God. Ooh, that's scary. Okay. So I don't do recaps, but if someone comes in late and, you want to go back to the beginning and put yourself on double time speed and see what you missed and bring it back in the chat, I will be happy to pull it up from you and show it and sell it. Yeah. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. And, if you like my content, just even for any reason, not just about purchasing, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm so close to 500. It's taken me mostly on my own, a little over 2 years, 2.5 years to build that. I started with partners and friends here and there, but it's been a while. So, I've been working on my own for quite a while, and I would love to get to 500 and then increase the hours, and then I'll put out the shorts and I'll do all that. And then I would make what? I don't know, $4 a month from YouTube. It's not about making money from YouTube. It's more about once you hit in their algorithm certain things, then your channel gets pushed out to more people. You get suggested as a watch, right? I'm already getting suggested a lot more, but when you hit 500, then it really goes. So I am messing with my my helper over here. This helper is, I have several necklaces because that's how I do it, because I know which ones I'm kind of focusing on. This one, let me put in the start. This one's really cool. Really cool. How many strands is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is fun. This is a really fun piece. I was gifted after purchasing a box of some items, and a few of the necklaces were so tangled together because they were just in the box. They weren't wrapped, which is fine because I was gifted after I bought a bunch of stuff. So, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So I spent all this time untangling this. Look at this. And these are sliders. This is so, I love everything about this. And no, it's not sterling silver, but it is snake chain. Here's the clasp. I would say it's, this one's a little hard for me to guesstimate because the clasp is larger, but it has that, Japan style going on. It's snake chain. Snake chain became really popular in the 70s. So my best guesstimate for this piece is 1970s. Look at how it falls. It's super long. And it does a thing. Boy, I'm really in a fibro thing. I felt it in my front of my face earlier. So I felt it. No. So this, see, that's what's going to happen to my words. No slider, slider. No slider, slider. No slider, slider, right? No slider, slider. Is that not so cool? And they are all snake chain. I suspect this was at a high-end department store. Out here we have Capwell's and Macy's. Even though this is just silver tone, this was, probably $40 way back then. Seriously. Because these snake chains were like all the rage. And this has 8 of them. And then the sliders, I just love that touch. So let me show you how long it is. Starting at 15. Yeah, it's really nice. And here we go, y'all. I'm going to undo the clasp. I fought with this one and tangled up with another one. And then to get all the pieces to lay exactly right. It's just so sexy. Let's wait for the dang light to adjust. Right after this sale, I'm going in and changing that. Oh, and so when I said I do 2-week build-a-boxes, I don't think I finished by saying this is the end of week 1. There you go. This is so nice. It weighs nothing. And it comes right down to the top here. Little bit lower. So 24 inches, maybe. The tallest one is, be great if you just saw skin on skin, but that's a little racy right now. The top one is, no, the top one is right here. 18. 18 down to about 20, probably 26. Isn't that gorgeous? And it weighs nothing. And, so for instance, right now, I am wearing, hanging moonstone sterling silver earrings. They're just 5 pieces that hang at different lengths, kind of like chandelier, and they go together perfectly. So you've got your costume with your little bit of upscale. Perfect and perfect. Starting price $15. Okay, we're gonna see. Look at that. It's nice. It's nice. I mean, I have so much joy. But if I show this several times and it doesn't sell, and the extender is about 2.5, maybe 3 inches, if it doesn't sell, I probably will wind up keeping it because I love it, and I would love it wearing just a little tank that comes all the way down to here and a little light shirt thrown over top and putting this on, and we're off to the races. Okay, I'm going to put this over here because I'm going to show more necklaces, and I do not want to do the whole untangling thing later. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here, everyone. Do you want to see more necklaces in that kind of genre? Do you have a request? I have brooches. I could show you the lapis. Let's just show you one more snake chain. As long as I'm at it. This is a short one. And I have pendants stashed in so many boxes. Oh, yes, I do. So I could have taken the time, and I have put some necklaces aside, and put a pendant on this. And I still could, and if it doesn't sell, I will do that. But I thought, we wore these plain in the 70s. So, let's just do that. You may have a pendant that, you would like to put on it. But if it doesn't sell, I will put a pendant on it. It is not sterling silver. They weren't. Sometimes they were. But most of myself and my friends had what's looking gold tone, and it's silver tone entirely. Most of my friends and I just had this. We didn't have a pendant because look how thick it is. That was the whole point, was just, a snake chain. The name was really cool. And then the thickness, this is solid. And this one, sometimes these little buggers get, if they were cheaply made, they usually came from Italy back then. And they were not inexpensive. You had to save up your pennies to buy these. This would have been, back in the 70s, probably $20 to $25. Not silver, seriously. Usually came from Italy. And we just liked the fact that they were just like this. And men and women, they were unisex, wore them. So that's another reason I just was like, I'm not putting a pendant on there. There is the back with the caps. And, what I was going to say is often these, if they're not super well made, or they're hollow or whatever, they kink somewhere in here. And once they kink, these snake chains, you can't get it out. So the fact that this one has survived this long and is not kinked, yeah, it's a good one. There's the end caps. Doesn't have a maker. Probably had a hang tag. Really very thick diameter of snake chain. No discoloration, no rust. I should have probably tested it for silver. The clasp doesn't say anything about it, I don't think. And the other thing is my eyes. I started having a floater, and I do have degeneration, macular degeneration started in this eye a couple years ago, and I missed an appointment with my eye doctor a year because of my father's death. And so I really need to go because I can tell with these are reading or computer glasses, and then I have bifocals, that my vision is just a little bit off. No? You've never seen a snake chain? Heidi, were you in the States at that time, or have you, because you haven't always been in Belgium, have you? No, there's no maker. Have you? Heidi? You know what? I don't know why I get the idea that you were somehow in the States or lived in the States and moved over there. Why do I have that idea? I don't know. And look, perfect, right? Enough said. It is 16 inches. And it is not gold tone. How interesting, Heidi. For some reason, I had this idea, I guess because of hippie Heidi or something. So, yeah, look at that. Starting bid 14. Purebred Belgium. Well, Heidi, if the poop hits the fan and I get a passport, can I come live with you? Will you marry me? I need contact somewhere. Yeah, I have a couple friends in other countries. Lately, I've been jokingly, but maybe not jokingly, asking, like, can I live with you? Is that good? I'm going to have a lot of cleanup. Okay, I'm going to show a more expensive item. See if that pulls on anyone's heartstrings. Yes. Heidi, would you let me come live with you? Want to marry me so I can get out of the United States if everything goes absolutely insane? Oh my gosh. I mean, everything already is, but I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show this. Thank you, Heidi. It'll probably never need to happen, but knowing that there is an option, you know, and we both would know how to be quiet and help each other and have weird hours and, you know, and have separate beds. It's all good. Okay. This is a oh no. Yeah, well, yeah. I know. I know. It is around the world. Yeah, I'm going to move on from that. This is a happy time. Okay. I forgot to put the dollar sign in, but you know. There you are. Starting bid of $86. This is just exceptional. Exceptional. I want to look at the markings in here. It's upside down. Hold on. Of course, it's upside down. Maybe it wasn't upside down. Come on. 925 TL88 is a marking. And then, wowzer. Mexico, 925 TL/88. So often, like Taxco or something from Mexico would be not 925, but lower. But this is not a Taxco. This is so we'll just see what's happening. You see the markings? Mexico, 925 TL/88. You could look that up and see what it means. So this is so cool. And inset in here is the lapis. This is older. I mean, this is older Mexican jewelry. This is not 1960s. I would wager it's 50s, and it is a hinged bracelet. See right there? And see this square right there. A little tiny square. Yep. And then here is the very well hidden hinged opening. It's very thick. Fact of the matter is, I forgot how much it weighs, so let's find out, because the lapis is very thin. So ounces, can't I swap it to grams? I know there's a place where I can swap it to grams. Well, it says it's 1 ounce. 1 ounce of sterling silver. So how many grams is that? 16? Y'all, I don't know. How many grams is in an ounce? I should know that, but with my fibro, right now I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything. So this it's smaller. It's on the smaller size. I will measure it. But here's the deal. I watched the person I purchased this from push this and open this. There's a tiny little thing, and you just push, and it opens. She opened it. It's not broken. No matter what I do, I can't make it open. And I've never encountered this before. I know it opens. I watched her open it. I don't understand it. Let me try with my pushing with a pen. Ooh, did I do it? God, I see. I know it opens. I know it's not broken. I watched her open it. Yeah. I can't push this down to make it open, and yet it's raised. I saw her open it. That's just so lame, right? What a lame selling point. But for everything that it is, and for 1 ounce of sterling silver, even though the prices have gone down, and these beautiful slices of lapis, it's worth. I'll drop it to 80, but I can't drop it lower than that because, okay, let's just do this. let's just do this because I got not that many people watching. Let's do it. And then I'm probably going to speed it up and maybe call it early. How many grams of silver is an ounce, and how much is that at current market prices in melt? I just asked my phone. 1 troy ounce is 31.1035 grams. Based on a spot price of approximately $69.77 per troy ounce as of today, the melt value is $69.77. So if you were going to melt this, it would be essentially $70. And I'm asking $16 over that. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. And I'm telling you, this works. So there you go. Thank you for looking. Okay. I'll bring up this other old jewelry box. So this definitely has some condition issues. I think it's 20s or 30s. Based on the simplistic design on top, based on the fact that this is actually really thin leather, and these hinges right here, see the teeny tiny hinges? But it does, see right here, does have some issues. Here's the side. Here's where you push and open. It's brass. Here is the top. Again, it has the little bit of so it's leather, thin leather over top of another material, and that's probably where they touched it all the time or had other boxes stacked. And that little bit is worn away, and I know you're like, and then it's got the gold line going down, and you're like, how come that's worth so much money? Well, because it's verging on antique, and jewelry boxes like this are extremely collectible. The inside is because you can't find them anymore. May and Company in Cincinnati. And this is velvet, and it's cushioned. And so you could put a necklace here underneath the ribbon, right? And then down at the bottom, you could put, or a bracelet or your earrings clipped on here. And down here, look at the folds of the blue. You put a whole, so this is like a travel case. Okay, you buy your object, but it's also a travel case. Then you put like your, think the Gilded Age. You put your necklace in here to travel, and it's protected by that. And you can put your brooches and whatnot. Someone put one in here pinned on this, and this is still got padding. These it's in a little rough condition, but honest to God, these are, it still closes tightly. Jewelry boxes are really collectible because people are, going through their parents' house and they're seeing these old boxes like this with jewelry like whatever in it, and they might want the jewelry, although probably not. They probably sell it at an estate sale so often, unless it was gold or silver. But they don't want the box. They could care less. So it goes in the dumpster. So these look something like this up on eBay and see your average price. Now, I hate saying eBay because I don't like eBay. I'm going to open a store to list things. It won't be on eBay again because they have equalized the price by averaging it down to really below what items value is for a reseller who spends all their time sourcing and researching and taking pictures and putting it up and shipping it out and taking it to the post office and on and on and on. They're pricing us out of the market. And a lot of people are leaving eBay and their fees have gone way up. So it is 7 inches long by about 5 inches wide. And it is 1.5 inches tall. So it's a big boy. It's a big boy. And I know you're like, are you kidding? And I'm like, no, I'm actually really not kidding. Now, so as long as we're on that, and then also show some jewelry. I mean, do you all want, $1 a pair earrings today? It's not usually what I do on Fridays, but I don't know. Tax time. I don't know what to do. I will show this. Thank you for being here. Thank you for looking at all. Again, I showed this right at the end of my sale, or towards the end of my sale, very near it yesterday, but I'm going to do it again. This is a really, really nice one. So first off, it does say made in Japan. It doesn't just say Japan, or it says made in Japan. It is a really nice pot metal type of thing going on. You can see this is still really shiny, whereas this, the lid, is starting to go a little bit more matte. So my take on this piece is I don't think it's 50s after the war. I think it's 30s, right before all that happened. But I could be wrong. This is just, how I feel about it. There's the hinge. And back here, this is we've tried to figure this out. This is some Greek or Roman god story. This is a cherub with a lute or a harp. Take your pick. And grape leaves. Very traditional. Then here is a cherub playing a flute. Now, this is naked alert, woman, goddess, naked alert. Don't look if you don't want to see it. There's a mama. We were thinking maybe Aphrodite, and those are the children. Zin said that, and I agree. And then I believe that's Dad. Dad has a mandolin and a bow and arrow and the traditional leaf wreath over his head. And, cherubs are usually children, and they don't have all these musical instruments. And so that's why I went to a story of the gods and goddesses. And I'm pretty sure that's a man, although I think it's a man. And the other reason I think it's a gentleman is because unlike the woman underneath, there doesn't seem to be like a drape over all of that. It's just hiding from the way his legs are. But I've never seen a design like this. And then inside, you can see the hammering, or maybe it's pressed. I'm not sure. And then this is felt, and it's still there, and it has all the padding. It's the original. There's those hinges. It's just really cool. Fantastic plastics. Probably, Heidi. Thank you for asking. Probably. I have so much plastic. I almost wore one of my most favorite pieces I got recently today, but I didn't have time to put it on. It is 2.5 inches in diameter. On the top, it's 2.5 inches wide. Okay, not necessarily diameter. It is about 1.5 inches tall and 2.5 inches around. I don't do recaps, so if you're interested, let me know. And so, for instance, you're going to put, I did this yesterday, I'm putting a brooch in here. A lot of room to spare. Let me show you how big the brooch is. A lot of room to spare. So it's a really good size. Okay, I don't know if I brought a lot of plastic fantastic. I kind of was, I do have it, but I was kind of focusing on some other stuff. I do have 1, 2. So let's just switch to this and see what happens. And welcome in, everyone. If you want to engage with me in the chat, want to let me know what you're interested in, even better. So these are going to be Choice Buy It Now. I love these, but no. Okay. So these Choice, there's 2 pairs. They are confetti clip-on earrings. I love them. It's so Heidi. Confetti plastic is another one of my favorites, and they're so versatile. And I had put all this stuff. I promised yesterday that I would bring all new inventory. And I did, except for a couple of pieces. And so rather than going through a whole thing for today and looking for brand new items that weren't like some of what I showed yesterday, which most of this I did not show yesterday, I'm just going with what's in my basket because it's so hard for me to do so many things right now. And I need to put stuff away in their proper boxes and get organized and all that. And I was like, let me just, keep rolling with what I'm rolling with. So that's what's happening. I love these. I wish to heck that I had the, I'm trying to get rid of this. Something I should have done. I don't know if I can. Before I came on, I can get it all the way out later. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that. The first choice is I did bring, that was amber. There you go. Black with this. And these, yeah, it's just confetti. It's just colored foil. Boy, come on, light. Let's do one. Obviously, the foil is just in there under the clear coat on top of the black plastic. Boy, it's either too bright or not bright enough. And the colors in this are pinks and silvers primarily. There you go. And it shines and sparkles. I adore these. This is the back. And does it say a made in? I would think it would say Japan, but nope. And these may be as old as the 30s, but confetti plastic was, pretty prominent out there for a while. They're button shaped, about an inch around. And I will say on these, and I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. This is the original back. That one obviously came off at some point and someone glued a different back on there. It's not going to stop you from wearing it. They also have the old comfort clip thing here. I can take that off and out, or you can. It really doesn't matter. And what I love about these, so that's the first buy it now for $5. These are fantastic to do this trick. Or can you see that? Or this trick. And this could also go on a bobby pin. Boom, chakalaka. And you could do both in a line, diagonal line. Or you could have one here on your shirt collar, wherever. They're not going anywhere. So that's choice one. And these are something that I have stubbornly held on to and have asked a lot more money for a long time because I love them. So I'm like, you know what? Just because you love them does not mean. And these are multi-layered. And these very much look more like 1930s. But that's my guess. These are really thick. And these are baby blue with layers of the confetti. And like I said, I wish look at that. Depending on how the light hits it, I wish I had the necklaces that went with these. These are incredible. These go with what I'm wearing. So $5, your choice. And these both have the original backs. So this here is, so the way these were made, you glued on the back. So you can see it over there too. And the glue that they used, because it's, if it's from the 50s, we're talking up to 75 years old. If they're from the 30s, so the glue can just get yellowish. It's just the way it is. And you really need these to be in the sun to get the full effect. And I think, see, these are more slender. But they're both around that 1 inch around. I love them. Use your imagination. My God, they're so fun. Use your imagination. So how's it going, everyone? Are we having a good time? Am I boring you? Right, Heidi? And you could get the black and the blue and go black, blue, black, blue. Or just do take your hair over and run them back, right? That would be fun. Yep. I always try to think out of the box. It's like, what can I do with these? I can make them into brooches. I could put them in my hair. I could wear them on my shirt. I could, take the clips off and glue on a rod with a jump ring and make them into hanging earrings. Like, if you're crafty, it is way quiet today, Heidi. And yesterday was like that as well. Yesterday was the same thing where a few people were here. They come in and out, and but no one's here. No one's talking. And yeah, Fridays tend to be a slower sale day for me, but I need that to change. And so I'm looking at how to make that happen. Because this is how, at least it's my plan, this would be how I pay for groceries every month. So something needs to change. I don't know. I don't know. It's not me. It's not what I'm bringing. Fridays, also, Heidi, Fridays, in terms of jewelry, there are so many people on right now. And so it's a lot of competition. But this has been my slot for a long, long time. And, I don't really want to change it. Oh, no, Ducky. Well, no, that's not what I want to show. I want to get rid of this. Ducky, are you okay? That's not funny, Ducky. I thought I got rid of this and then I didn't. Okay. Ducky, it's another super slow day. So if you're not okay, you just kick back and enjoy the show, which may end early. Ducky, don't do that. Did someone try to run you off the road? Oh, okay. Nonetheless, girly, please be careful. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, but please rest. So this is, you make me feel old, Ducky. This is a gorgeous, deep red, pink, and black hand-loomed seed bead bracelet. Look at that. And it is, there you go. Even that, the red is it's cherry red. Cherry red. Oh, Ducky. Please ice and do everything you need to do with that. I grew up, so trailing, moto, bike riding, trailing, going down dirt trails up in the hills and whatnot. I grew up with boys who invented that sport, and it's now all over the world. So talk about face planting and bruising all the time. And they would go down also on just like the mountain neighborhood streets, that are like the hill, like woo, 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 down. They go down on their bike. No hand brakes, none of that, They get going like 35, 40 miles an hour. So when they planted, and then on the trails with roots, and if you take one wrong move or you don't corner it right, wouldn't drag your foot, and oh my God, and skateboarders and the whole thing. I grew up with all these people. The whole swimming pool craze, yeah, I was there. So this is cherry red. I hope it's showing up for you as cherry red. So buy it now for $12. On my end, it's just showing up as like a faded red. faded, jaded Mandarin. I can't remember. That just came in my head. I cannot remember what song that's from. It is a. I did this the other day. It doesn't help. Well, I hope it's showing up red. Oh my gosh. See, there you go. BMX, 100%. And so there's two choices of where you would insert the toggles. These are hand done on a loom. And generally speaking, this was a huge 1960s, 1970s, and a Grateful Deadhead craze. Yeah. But I can't tell you the date on these. I do not know. I will tell you this one is small. He's small. There's no way it's fitting on me. I'm a 7.5. It's not happening. I'm going to go with this is a size wowzer. This is a size wowzer. This is a size wowzer. This is a size, see when I put it together? Let's just go with size 6. Yep. Which, I mean, I used to be probably a size 4 on my wrist. But let's go with size 6. And I'm sorry. It is like screaming cherry red and brilliant pink. And it is, for some reason, see when jeez, that's even weirder. I don't know what's going on. Do y'all see that this is like cherry red? It's so weird. And like brilliant pinks, and the red is shiny. It's not coming across to me like that at all. At any rate, it's awesome. This probably took 5, 6 or more hours to make. And it is a buy it now for $12. Yep, it is. Ducky. It's all that nice weather. Okay. I'm stuck. There's so many things I can show you all, but this is just like yesterday. I'm having flashbacks. Uh-oh. Where I'm showing things and I'm not hitting the mark. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What is this? Oh my Lord. Well, see, before I even unpack these, is anyone interested in these incredible clips? My God. That I would be asking, $28 for these. If anyone's interested in chandelier, incredible, like AB 1950s, the white chandelier starburst clip-ons, let me know. There, I'll do a ring. I don't know. I kind of want to know if anyone wants to see it. I know I'm not so much venting. I'm just I just don't know if I should bother showing something or not. So I'm kind of asking whoever's here, do you want to see it? Should I open it up? I don't know. No, I try not to vent. I did more kind of venting when I was new and it was a little bit of a smaller channel. But I try not to do that. I mean, I've said it a million times and I'm not kidding. I know that it's tax time and, we're kind of in a war. So we're kind of in a war. So I think, what is happening with that? So I just think it's uncertain time. Why is this doing this? Come on. Okay, one more time, y'all. See, all of a sudden I can't type. What is wrong with me? I'll get it. I promise. I said I was going into a fibro flare, and that is happening. I believe it's SS, and it is going to start at 29. Yep, the end of the month. And it is too damn quiet. Hello, wake up. Where are you? Come over here. The water's fine. And Melly's coming on in a couple minutes. Melly's coming on. So, and she was in here yesterday and she was saying the last couple of Fridays for her have been couple of Fridays, not just last Friday. And that was not the end of the month. Have been difficult. So the size is 9. And the funny thing is the parentheses is on the 9. And I kept trying to hit that, but I really wanted to say CZ ? Because I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure, yes, it's not diamonds, based on the price that I got it. Here is the front. There's my, thank you webcam. Isn't that pretty? Prong set. It's not just that. Well, yes, Ducky. It's not just that. Well, I don't know how to get the news of my channel out there, Ducky. And I've had this time slot for over 2 years. So, and I'm competing with so many people. And see, that's part of it, Ducky. I'm competing with so many resellers who are doing jewelry right now. Yeah. So I would love to talk to you about that and what you mean. So see this? It's really beautiful setting. It actually reminds me of, they're pink. Hold on. Are these pink? I know that these were tested on a Presidium. They're a light pink. They are a light pink. I couldn't see that in the lighting in here. Let's see if y'all can see it. You may or may not be able to. And the stones come to a point. They're a very light pink. Nonetheless, they're some kind of man-made stone or, But yeah, Ducky, I'd love to talk to you about that. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stones. It reminds me of my sapphire, and I had a ruby ring similar to this. The prong setting wasn't as nice. The setting on this is really good. It's kind of blurry. Caretaker stole a bunch of my jewelry. Yeah, the stones are pink tourmaline. And yeah, 925. There is a tiny maker's mark, possibly. I don't know what it means. And yeah, I think it's beautiful. No, I think 29 is good. Boom. Heidi, you are. Thank you. So that started at 29. And now, because they're pink, I think it might be. What stone is pink besides quartz, pink tourmaline, pink? I mean, pink man-made diamonds. I don't know, man. I don't know. But there you go. Yeah. So my time slot. See, my time slot, Ducky, used to be at 4:00, but I noticed being on at 4:00, I was really hitting into some of my friends, who are larger resellers time slots. So I pushed it back to 3. That way I had a little wiggle room, right? But I'm still competing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Pink topaz. There you go. Yep, Ducky. It's pink topaz. It's pink topaz. Started at $29. Sterling silver. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so it went down. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not a morning person. And then all weekend long, I think I'm going to show a couple more pieces and call it. All weekend long, the big resellers that are my friends are on. And so, I don't know, Ducky. Let's talk about it. What song is that? Let's talk about it. Yeah, no, Ducky, 100%. Oh, I don't feel like it's personal. I would really like to. So I've been doing this for a long time, and I've gotten to the point where it works fairly well, but I still need that up, and if there's things I can change that work for me and would maybe work for other people, then I want to do that. So I would love to talk to you about it. So, Ducky, do you want to type this in? I'm fine with doing it because you're all bumped and bruised. So I think this is fabulous. Yeah, I will always be competing with other people. Yes, I will. Always. And I mean, it's so there will always be competition. So I try to create ways in which I stand by myself, right? And I'm trying. So this is hecka cool. This is a modern Tibetan costume jewelry adjustable ring. It is not sterling silver. Wouldn't that be, if this was sterling silver, man alive. It has never, see that? It's all the way over here. It's very thick metal, very thick. So it's never been adjusted. It can open quite a bit. And these are real stones. So they're real stones. That is, I'm pretty sure that's green turquoise from Tibet. It is either orange glass on the long rods. I'm going to go with glass. And then there's 3 tiny red dots, 3 round pieces that are little pieces of coral. There's 2 tiny pieces of lapis, and then it's soldered together and looks like, hold on, that's green and that's blue. Is that really a different color? The bottom is blue and the top 2 is green, and it winds up kind of looking like a face. I mean, everything about this is incredible except that it's not sterling. Look at that. So that's green turquoise. It's a very small amount. That's blue, coral, 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 lapis, and I think these are just beads, like uncut rods. I don't think it's orange. It could be coral, but because I'm not sure, I'm not going to call it. And let me show you. The details. I just love this. If this was sterling silver, even not for me, I don't care that it's not sterling. I love it. And let me change my fingers. Let me put it on the ring sizer. And then do it that way, so then I can go that way. I'm trying to show you. See what I mean? I don't think that's dyed howlite. It very much has like a Tibetan, maybe Chinese, right? Because they're right there. Turquoise. It's got the black matrix, and that's a blue, and that's green. Boy, look how dirty this thing is. Good Lord. And then the pieces of lapis. This thing, and it's high. It's so cool. Does anyone like it? Can I get a I like it from the Lurkers Lounge? And without it ever having been adjusted, it is sitting at a 5. It does, Ducky. That's exactly what I was thinking. And I was actually thinking that the design might be from one of their gods or goddesses, because there's a lot. So it's sitting at a 5 right now, but it has so much room to open. I bet you could make it up to a 7, maybe almost a 7.5. And again, this is thick. I'm just floored that it's not silver, to tell you the truth. And even just Tibetan silver at like 8.5. And this is the first time I've opened it. I know it was sold to me by people who test. But I think I'm going to test it. And then, if I could wear it, open it up and wear it on this finger, I would. Bam. Love it. I'm going to keep it out to test it. So, yeah. So, Ducky, I would love to talk to you about, I know you say things and I'm resistant. It's just, I've been doing it a long time, but I would indeed love to talk to you about, well, so what? Am I supposed to come on at 11 in the morning? I'm not really a night person because of my pain. So what am I come on at 7 California time, which is 10 o'clock Eastern, but there's so many other people on and Millie's on. I just that's a tough one. It really is, because I know I'll always be competing. But for instance, like right now, Millie's on and I'm going to get off soon because I don't want to compete with Mellie. She's having a hard time selling right now too, So, yeah. So, I've got rings. I said Mellie's on, people left. I think I've got, You and Heidi here. I've got stuff. I've got these really long rhinestone dangle earrings. They are pierced. I've got these. Tell me if you're interested. Well, this time slot works really well for me physically. I mean, I could come on a little earlier, but later, Melly, I don't want to on Fridays. I don't want to compete with Melly. Other days, I'm open to shifting around. Right? These are glorious clip-on mother of pearl. These were some designer. Yeah, no, but Ducky, I want to hear what you have to say about how to work it differently. Isn't this just beautiful? These are so beautiful. They're clip-on. But it is wired together. It is a mother of pearl, like carved in a hexagonal, but like bone, like a leg bone shape. It's all I can think of, like a pillar, right? Skinnier and then wider. And then the middle is like a slag glass. I wonder what would happen if I shone a black light on it, just out of curiosity. No, Ducky, I want your input on this one this time. I do. I really do. I really do. These are freaking cool. Right, Heidi. And I love that you come and you show up. Yeah, fibromyalgia, and then with the back thing, it takes, when I get up at 8 in the morning, but it literally takes me till about noon before I get hungry and then start moving around. Now, I could still switch it around. But so if someone's interested in these, they would be a buy it now of $15. And like I say, I'm pretty sure they're designer. By who, I don't know, but they're wired. They're on this almost filigreed back. You can see they've been around for a while because this is starting to wear. Really cool. I'm just kind of showing you without putting the price up, because if someone comes in and says, hey, I'm interested, then I'll put the price in. Yeah. There you go. See that? And nothing happened with the black light. These are kind of your standard. With being on the wired on, these are kind of your standard early 50s, sometimes 30s, 20s. They're a little too much for the 20s or 30s. They're, I love them. So just like yesterday, I have brought a plethora of different stuff. I just don't know. Yesterday, I made a profit of $3 an hour. I do, but Ducky, so I think I say, it's harder to sell during tax time, because it is, because people owe money and they have to pay, especially if you have a small business or whatever, you have to pay your taxes on all these things. And I, married to a contractor for whatever, 40 some years. And starting into February until into May, especially after starts after Christmas and then goes on, it's always been a tough time. It's always been a tough time. Okay, I'm going to show 2 necklaces and I'm closing. Anyone like minerals? This is crushed ruby. Crushed ruby. This is ruby zoisite. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's just like for me, it's like a touchstone. I love this, love this, love this. So pretty. Purple. Who knew, right? And I have this huge, whoa, blew the color out entirely. Pink quartz. Look at all the rudolites in there. This is beautiful. These stones, this one's thicker and bigger, and they're both like butter. These would be, ooh, look at that. Your choice at $15 a piece. Ooh, this one's so nice. I loves it. Loves them both. Cuddle stones. Oh, I love that. Let's do this, and then I have a ton of rings. I have a lot of stuff, but I don't know what to do. So I'm just gonna keep on having fun because jewelry, costume jewelry, and otherwise makes me happy. Isn't that, Becky, you're still here? Isn't that sweet? I forgot you're the other person that's here. Cuddle stones. That's lovely. So this is beautiful. And if a person just wanted the it for the beads, my goodness. Jewelry therapy. Yep. And I get to wear so much of it and then turn around and sell it if I want, or just sell it straight through or whatever. So there, it's on cotton cord. That is the one. It's just got a fray right there, but it's not coming apart. But I would leave this alone. If I did anything, because this is really old, if I did anything to this, I would put a drop of Gorilla Glue on a toothpick and then put it right there, and that's it. Look at these red stones. They almost look like coral, which was probably the intention. These are, I think they're glass. It's possible they're porcelain. This is a type of stuff I showed you. They're not in here anymore. I would show you again to compare. They have little tiny spacers. They are they're rectangle. They are bright cherry red. Bright cherry red. Look at that. I have had this forever, and I've only shown it a couple times because I think there's a part of me that doesn't want to give it up, but at the same time, I'm not wearing it. I should put the Gorilla Glue on myself. This is so, and I wish you could see it and feel it. It's cool to the touch. like a stone or glass. But it's not coral. It's not dyed coral. It's just bright red. Bright red. And it's old. This is a type of stuff, like I've talked about in the past, where I would go in the store Laces and buy a tube of old, antique blue, fibromyalgia, blue, cobalt blue beads, or the cadmium red beads for, a lot of money back then. And they've actually only gone up in value. This is just that. Then when you start talking about costume jewelry and you get out of like the rhinestones and into other, this is the other where type of thing where you want to get into if you're not doing the semi-precious, which, I'm not. Is there something on the clasp here that I've never noticed? I don't think so. I got to get new glasses. This is pathetic. I've just got so much going on. I mean, I have to do all this like injections and then the burning of the nerves in my back. I have to finish my tooth being fixed in the back. And it's just like, and now you want me to go to the optometrist and you want me to what? And it's just like, I mean, I can't even hardly leave my house. So how am I supposed to do all of this? Come on. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't want I like playing with jewelry. I don't want to spend my time, just doing doctors, but my eyes are pretty important. So this is probably about 20 inches. 1920s, 1930s. Absolutely stunning. You couldn't buy the beads for $33, probably. Vintage and antique, which these are antique beads, are really expensive. I bought a pack of lamp work beads, a dozen of them, $20. No, $20 recently. So, my timer is going to go off in 8 minutes. I set it a little over 2 hours. So, gorgeous. Okay. So, in the, my eyes are important, Heidi. I need to deal with it. I absolutely do. Yeah, I know. It's just so hard. I don't, I want to sell jewelry and I want to go sit on the beach. I want to be able to walk down into my redwood grove, but not see the mountain lion that we saw on Monday living down there, which I'm afraid that's where it's living. I don't want to just spend, my time going to the doctor and the dentist and I want to have fun. Anyone like this kimono art pin? Enameled. Absolutely incredible pin. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm bringing it up just in case someone's interested. Oh, Ducky. I will be. I didn't drag it out for today because it's Friday and I usually talk about stuff. So, Heidi, if we were going to talk about this piece, would you? So, yeah, Ducky, probably on Tuesday, starting in April, and maybe Thursday. Yeah, I do, Heidi. And I mean, the back thing is very new. So it's it sucks. But yeah, probably on not Tuesday with my last huge blowout vintage household, but Thursday. I thought about getting into the box today, and then I thought, no, I'm going to go through my basket. So, Heidi, let's just do this, and then I'm going to close. And a lot of this is going to come back next week because I just did an incredible. I took a chance and I reached out to a reseller that I'm only just building a relationship with and just barely know, and said, hey, would you be willing to sell all of that, at some price? And, I figured they'd say no, and they said, yes, let me finish. So I bought a huge lot of jewelry. And then this person is so lovely, and they're adding stuff that wasn't even in the cost. And so inventory I have to clear it out, but I can't clear it all out at a loss. Okay. My official back procedure. Well, Ducky, the specialists, I'm really lucky. They are one of the top specialists in the area, and they do clinical trials. They're really, really good. The first procedure is something like April 13th, and the first thing they have to do is do an epidural to see that for a couple days the nerve pain is blocked, and it lasts 2 days. And so then if that works, you have to go in and have them do it again. If it works again, then they do the actual burning of the nerves, like all along my bottom of my spine on both sides, the nerve endings. So I would say that probably won't happen till May, maybe even the end of May. So, it's a good couple months of still like suffering. I hate this. I am someone who drives my car all over the place and goes everywhere and, takes care of my own stuff. I can't drive my car to the beach that's 40 minutes away and then walk on the beach and sit on a damn log because my back will hurt too much from that. I like being independent. I hate this. So, yeah, thanks for asking. So, if you are going to, Heidi, we haven't really talked much about like enameling and artisan brooches. I got to get my brooch holder back over here. Would you think this is modern or old? Based on we've never really talked about enameling, so I'm going to close on this piece. And by the way, if there's anyone that is still here, everyone left, or comes back, you could always put in the chat something that you want. Yeah, and here, Heidi, they want it proven twice before they'll do it. I don't know what that is. So, Heidi, with this incredible enameling, and you can feel it, and then it has a clear coat, but you can feel the enameling in these colors with this kimono. This is just some artisan who did this. Would you think this is old or new? As in, do you think it's made in the 2000s? Or do you think that it's older than that, just based on the front? Because I think this piece is tricksy. And I think it's beautiful. And honest to God, it's probably something that if it doesn't sell at the price I need it to sell at, it will go on my shirts with multiple brooches. But what do you think? Do you know anything about enameling? Look at the detail in there. It's so... I love the colors in this. Yes, you would be right. Now, why did you think that, Heidi, just out of curiosity? Why did you think that? Pre-2000s? Because this kind of cloisonne enamel work, has come back, coming out of China, and more cheaply, quickly made for tourists in Italy. So why would you think that? Why would you think that it's early? Because, yeah, yeah, there's a heavier cloisonne going on. There's a lot of design. You can feel the glass buildup in here under the clear coat. You can feel that it was fused a lot. They bothered to go to the trouble of making this huge design. So cloisonne, it's not really wired. Is it? Hold on. See, I really. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, it is. I need a light over here. Yep. It is wired. That's not true. It's wired with silver wire, but not in the traditional. Okay, so here's the thing. Cloisonne generally has silver or gold wire, and like the micro mosaic brooches, teeny tiny pieces, and that is unclear to me. Whoop. This is just my show and tell then. It's unclear to me that it don't actually. So this is interesting. So it can't really be called cloisonne. It should just be enamel. It's not wire. There isn't wire around it. It's just a higher paint. So to mimic the wiring technique of cloisonne, they raise the paint around to do the detailing, but that is not wire. Traditionally, cloisonne, like in the micro mosaics, would have silver or gold wire. So this artist did it with paint, and they made it in kimono, and they just cut that out. However, and then the back has this gorgeous blue overspray with clear coat. The pin back goes through, right? So that's a big clue that it's 60s, 70s. The clasp is also, if we can get it to focus, it's got that kind of crude, it doesn't go all the way down, but it's a cruder pin. It comes out. But the amount of colors, the amount of layers, it's not a 2000 tourist piece. And if someone was interested, so I just wanted to kind of do a little test. If someone was interested in this piece, it would start at $30. And it is, and I didn't put the price in there, it would start at $30. It is 1 3/4 inches long. You like my foot ruler? 1 3/4 inches long, and 1 1/4 inches wide. And it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, Ducky. And you've seen these, I'm pretty sure. I just love this piece. Talk about a statement piece. So that's my last piece. I showed a lot. I didn't sell anything. Fridays are a lot slow. I don't get it. But this is another example of, I'm not going to get into this. I need to test it. Beautiful cloisonne work. No, enamel work, excuse me. Love this. Absolutely love this. But I need to test it for silver. So it's going over here with my other piece to test. So, oh, really, Ducky? At $30, my piece is cheaper? Wowzer. Yeah, see, this does not magnetize, which doesn't mean it's silver, but I need to check it. Wowzer. I'm surprised. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I tried to keep my prices below what's online. I don't have to. This is my business. I don't have to do that, but I try. So, yeah, I had a good time hanging out with all of you, but I'm going to go climb into bed, have dinner, and tomorrow is an important day in the United States, and I'll be participating some in that. Yesterday's sale and today's sale, everything's available. Go check it out. It's all new inventory, and I've brought in some. If you're a collector of really great costume jewelry and some just older semi-precious stone and sterling silver jewelry, please take a look. Ask your friends to take a look. I have, I brought some great stuff, man. I know that I did. I'm tooting my own horn. Okay, Ducky. Ice, Ice Baby. And Heidi. Oh. Heidi. Yes. A short dress like that in the 60s. Oh my gosh. Totally. My mom too. The flower power hippie look. I see that. Now, it's a kimono, but I see the hippie dress with the big sleeves and really short. I see that. Okay, well, I have to close my sale. There's so much more. There always is. I'll be back Tuesday. Tuesday is my last tabletop clearance. You want ephemera, you want 1930s teapot, you want vintage buttons, you want figurines, you want. I've got it. The prices are probably going to be, everything is going to be no more than $5, and a lot of it is going to be $1. Things I've already shown before that I want to show one last time, they're all going to be $1. And then I won't be showing it anymore. Then I'll be on Thursday and Friday selling jewelry. Heidi, get some sleep, honey. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you around in the chats. Take care. Have a fabulous weekend and be safe out there. If you go out on Saturday, be safe, be aware, and be kind. It doesn't cost a dime.